I smell like a dog now.
Okay, well then we'll look upstairs.
But you also have one of Labrador, no? Yours or not? This is mine. No, you had also a dog or not? Alexandra, yeah, I know. It was 10. I have a cat. Alexandra has 10.
She could have looked at the upstairs. Okay.
Yes. It wasn't my intention to do it, but I only want to love the
Go
dog.
upstairs to the third floor.
Sorry?
Need now laptops.
Ask for the
Or no?
I don't know. We will see.
Okay, so welcome back down. This is Luba. She is the founder of Soho. And now that you've seen the space and you have a sense of kind of the energy that's here, I just have brought her down to give you all a little bit of insight into what it took to build this place, because she started from scratch. I mentioned this morning that this is the first homegrown co-working space in Sofia.
In Bulgaria.
In Bulgaria, right? Pretty big accomplishment. And that's because she started it completely from scratch. There are other co-working spaces that started around the same time.
A month earlier, there was another one that opened a month earlier. It's a franchise from a German chain of co-working spaces.
Right.
And it's a cool one that is still on the scene. Roya! Yeah, she want to go out. Roya, what? Indeed. So maybe I can share that at the beginning I even knew what I wanted to do, and Soho became what it is step by step. And even now it's evolving because I'm evolving, and also my partner, who's as well my partner in life, is evolving. It's a very personal project. It was a dream of mine to have a house in the center of Sofia, to have a lot of dogs, and to be able to live on the last floor. And the idea was not clear to me, but I wanted people. I wanted to displace together a lot of people that would be like-minded, I wanted to be able to communicate with people with whom I can enrich myself. I wanted there to be art happenings, but again, it wasn't clear what exactly. I wanted there to be music, exhibitions, etc. And then I started the project of the first co-working space in Bulgaria, Better House, that I told you about, the franchise from the German chain. But at one point, me and my partners, we split, and I done Soho. That is totally different. Afterwards, I've discovered that there are very few similar places in the world where instead of focusing all the energy on the workplaces, the owners focus on the events. Mainly we have cultural events. Of course, we have as well professional ones, but there's always this fine line of art that is somehow in it. For example, we have workshops for digital marketing or design, but still you have this creative part. But I should say that the most interesting thing that we do are related to art itself, because it's also part of my dreams. I wanted to be a producer, but of course it's not possible to gather all sorts of different directions and dreams, so I've invented Soho. It was 10 years ago. I've done it by myself, but everything started to flourish once I met my current partner. He came, we met in an interview for an internship, so he started like that and evolved, as you can see now. It's always so much easier to have to have someone to be able to share the burden with. Of course, he should be totally like-minded, because otherwise a good part of your energy is going to go towards the fact, to make your partner take the decision that you would like. I'm so happy that we are totally independent, we are totally free, we've never had any funding from whatever. We've never had to sell a share of our company, as for example, Better House has sold at the beginning half of the company. So we can do whatever we want. Yeah, but from another part, it was quite difficult, because at the beginning I had the help of my family. This is how I managed to find the initial investment for the project. And I had to build it step by step. Even at the beginning, we did not have so many chairs, but once there was what? No, an event with more people. We were okay. We will take it and we will buy the chairs. Then we had a huge client. And he said, yeah, it would be lovely if it's possible to find a way, to increase your capacity, and we've done it. This space was not at all like this. It was not possible to use it in this way, so we've done it for them, and they like it so much that next year they came back, but they were more numerous. So we've done over there another space that was before that just garages, and we managed to keep that partner of ours, and etc. etc. All the time we are doing this. We are renovating, we are changing, we are adapting, and now with what is happening with this, I hope at the end of this situation, we have to adapt. But we didn't want it to change the direction of our business, so we just slowed down, and we managed to still stay at this scene of the ecosystem in Bulgaria. What do you want to know? What is interesting for you? I don't want to keep talking.
First of all, I'm interested. Is here some funds which help you to start?
As I said, no. Not at all. Yeah, I'm totally independent. It was my family. I didn't want it to. I told her yesterday that at the beginning I received the proposition from a fund, from an accelerator, to take the whole house. And I said no, because in that case it would have been a co-working space, but just an office, a shared office, and I would have been only the office manager.
Yeah.
So no. Yeah.
Your independence is very important.
Yes.
And second question, why Soho? Why you call it Soho? Because firstly, when I come, I think it was a club maybe.
A club? Oh, sorry. No. It's just that when I was younger, I went to London, and I really enjoyed that neighborhood and this idea of a creative hub of people from the creative industries coming together. When you're physically at the same place like you are now, you can exchange. There's this energy that is shared, and you can achieve more. So I wanted this for myself. I told you that since little I wanted to be able to communicate with like-minded people, just because I have this need. I need to enlarge my horizon. That's why I told you that it's so cool to have people from all over the world, and that I told her the story how a couple of years ago I found out that Finland is not a Scandinavian country, and so I find also interesting facts from just meeting people from all over the world. And here in Sofia, it's not like in other European cities. For example, back in the days, I was living in Paris for 8 years, and there it was cool. You had people from all over the world, but here we don't have that much, and you cannot see them that easily. So that's why I made Soho, so that you can come to me.
If I may just as a continuation to what you have just said, because I also do work in the creative sector for the festival. So, and I know that creative people, artists, musicians, it's quite difficult, challenging sometimes to reach them, to motivate them, you know, and especially to get out of their comfort zone of their piece of music, and especially to be indulged into the, I don't know, entrepreneurship kind of stuff. How you reach them, how you motivate them, how you encourage them.
First of all, I want to say that when I say creative industries, it does not mean only art people. For example, I'm not an art person per se, but I do consider myself from this industry. This space here, it's a creative space. So you have a lot, even more of those more of those professionals. They are business with a business mind. But as for your question, yes, it's difficult to work with people that do not have the mindset as well for the business part. And what I do is that I just do the work for them. Yeah. Otherwise, it's you won't be able to have those. Don't look here. We are just in the middle of changing things. But over there, you have, for example, a part of an exhibition, and it did that. For example, I've invested half of the money for the production. I've written all the text for the PR. I've done all the publicity, and I organized the event here for the opening. Then I organized a lot of other events to be able to promote that artist. And that's it. She's my partner. She brings the art, the beautiful things, and I'm her partner, and I bring everything else. And together we have something very beautiful. And now she is a very famous and successful photographer.
Do you want to talk about the dance?
Which dance?
The ballet bars that we see upstairs and the dance classes?
So, okay, another dream of mine was to be able to do something for my parents. My father is a pilot, so that's a bit more tricky, but I'll get to that. But my mom, she's a ballet choreographer, a ballet teacher, and so for her, I've done these classes in Soho. So for the past 10 years, she's teaching ballet, classical ballet here at Soho. Wow. That's why you've seen this, and all the spaces are quite multifunctional. You just take away part of the furniture, you put the, how do you say this, the bar, and that's it, and then you can dance. Yeah.
And sorry for
No, it's okay. I'm so happy that you asked me. Please as well ask me things. Otherwise, it's so boring. It's a monologue.
What about the age average? Do you have more young people or middle age? Can you just speak a little bit?
Yeah, everything turns around the heart of Soho, which is our team. So when I was younger, 10 years ago, everyone was younger, was at least 10 years younger. Yeah, but now everybody is older with a lot of kids. And it's so funny. We just attract like-minded people. We have the same age.
You want to talk about the house? The other house?
Oh, the other house! Oh, yeah, at the seaside. The seaside. When I was little, when my father was little, he went to the seaside, but at the very, very border with Turkey. That is a very wild and very beautiful place. I don't know whether you've heard about Sinamoret. Have you heard about the Black Sea? You've heard about things, right?
We are from Georgia. It's on Black Sea.
No, I'm talking about the Bulgarian Black Sea.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so you've heard about things, right? And that's true. But Sinamoret, it's totally out of this awful... okay, can you open the door, please? You can go. Just a second, I'm sorry.
I will take care.
Yeah, it's just I wanted to see whether the big door is open. Sorry for the interruption. No, she cannot go because there's no, I just discovered today that they're recording here. Now I will take her with me. Thank you for trying to assist. So, this part of our Black Sea that is at the very border with Turkey is still beautiful and wild with very few hotels, but mainly with small houses. So back in the days when my father went there for the first time with his father, he promised himself that one day he will have a house. And so he has done it. It was in the late 80s, early 90s that he built a house for guests, so it's not that small. It's a kind of cool house with a huge garden with vineyards. And now we are developing the garden with... they're talking too much and I'm not able to concentrate.
Sorry.
She's on the phone. Yeah, but wait, can we, there's a way they can use it. They can use it, yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Lavender, so I was trying to find the word lavender. So now we are adding lavender and other things in the garden, but what I wanted to say is that it's a big house, a guest house, that my family did not manage to take care of because my mom, she was teaching ballet, my father, he was flying. And there were always foreign people, not foreign, strange, other people, not foreign, they were Bulgarian, yeah. That were taking care of the house. So maybe 20 years ago, no, less, okay, something like that. I asked my father to give me a house so that I can transform it and do what I was dreaming of. It's just that it had to be in the center, but I said, it's okay, it can be in a small village on the seaside. I will do what I had in mind since I was little. And he said, no, are you crazy? Why you had to go to the Sorbonne and do so much studies just to be, a tenant in a house, in a guest house? He said, no, I'm not going to give it to you. So I've done Soho. And then one day he was so pissed off with the people that were taking care of our house at Cinemores that he said, please take it, okay, take care of it. And it was a very good moment to do so, because instead of doing what I wanted to do, just a guest house with fine crops in the garden, instead of that, it became an extension to what we have here. And a lot of people from this house go to the other house. And because there are elements of co-working, it's not a co-working space, it's a guest villa with elements of co-living and co-working. Why co-living? Because we have a lot of shared space. And thus, when people share something, they as well share energy and they communicate. And for me, it's very important because we don't sell work places or rooms. We sell experience. And in order to do that, the most important thing is the energy. And how do you create the energy? By the living creatures, by the people that are there, the dogs, and the plants, of course. We love plants.
Yes.
Yeah. So, the second house has become a very good extension to this one because people who come here to work, they're quite free. They can work from all over the world. And in summertime, of course, they want to be on the seaside. And it's great because if they want to stay longer for 3-4 weeks, of course they'll have to open the laptop from time to time. Yeah. So this, while doing things for ourselves, for our for how we want to live our life, we create value for other like-minded people. So this is our business, creating experience. And this creating a community. Of course, this is the most important thing.
Thank you for such interesting and useful information about your experience.